This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Tuesday, July 13th. I'm Tori. I'm here with Lindsay and Brandon. How are you all? Doing well?
You know, when I did my hair and it was a big
Round of
deal.
applause.
When you're pregnant,
Pregnant
doing
lady.
anything is a lot of work.
Doing the hair. All right, we're starting off strong.
Oh, wow.
All right, I don't know if you all have seen this, but it went viral on my feed. Check out this sign that employees at a Nebraska Burger King put up. It says, "We all quit. Sorry for the inconvenience." So 8 employees have reportedly put in their notice after staff shortages caused them to work extra long shifts. They said they did it for some harmless fun, but it went viral. And it's not just Burger King having issues with finding staff. Some McDonald's owners are adding some really great perks to get people to apply, including emergency childcare, paid time off, helping to cover tuition costs, and higher wages. So what do we think about this? And I know personally, I went to my favorite, I was telling you guys this earlier, one of our favorite restaurants in Denver, and we were like, can we sit on the roof? And they're like, oh, it's closed. I was like, it's beautiful out there. Like, we don't have the staff. We just don't have it. I see hiring signs everywhere. So what's going on?
I know there was
Lindsay, explain this to us.
Well, I have no idea.
She did her hair this morning. She is the expert.
Some people said that, you know, a lot of people think that the unemployment benefits are the reason why a lot of people are choosing the best life instead of choosing to go to any job, because right now you're getting paid an equal wage to what was being offered. But I know that I went out to a restaurant in Denver and it was a brand new grand opening and they had one server and she was just going table to table, and Colin and I overheard her say, I'm only 16, I'm trying my best, because people were like going off on her. And I'm like, you can't have one server, even in a hole in the wall, small restaurant. It's just like that I think at that point where they're trying to hire people and it's just tough.
So why is no one doing it? Because of unemployment? Are people right?
I mean, I think people are choosing what they want to do, and I think that's okay. Like for once, people have the luxury to choose what they want to do. For once, people are getting paid at a rate when they're trying to find a job that they can have some, like Al says, dignity in looking for one.
I also think a lot of people spent a lot of time YouTube University or trying to better themselves, you know. So if you're working at a job, or if you had a job like a McDonald's, throughout this pandemic, this last year and a half, you found other means and ways to make money. So it's, why would you go back to that when I found a different trade, and I found, or maybe even found a better trade than that. But here's the thing, here's how what we're opening up the doors for, because we remember we did a story a couple years back or whatever, and everyone was complaining about the kiosk machines being in these fast food restaurants. I was just over in Europe, Amsterdam, Germany, and France. Every fast food restaurant I went into had more kiosks than they had actual workers in there. So I see this opening up the doors for the machines to come into our fast food lives, or those type of jobs. What I was doing at a McDonald's in France, don't ask me about it.
How dare you?
Don't ask me about it.
Food options, man.
Burger Royale, that's what I'm saying. All right, well, you better be vaccinated if you want to be invited to Thanksgiving at Gayle King's house. And who does not want to be invited to Gayle's house, right? All right, here's what she said about it on CBS's This Morning while talking with Dr. Fauci. Take a look.
Dr. Fauci, I don't know how many more times you can say to people, listen, it will save your life. I have this problem with some members of my own family, which I'm now going to ban for Thanksgiving vacation. That's how strongly I'm taking what you're saying.
All right, so what do you all think of this? Banning family and friends who haven't gotten their vaccination from events like Thanksgiving and other holidays. So take a moment in your own heads, you're watching on your phones, your TVs, go to dblvote.com, weigh in. Would you actually ban family and friends from your home if they are not vaccinated? So let us know what you think about this. What do you think?
My initial response would be that she's being ridiculous. But my response now that I'm pregnant is, yeah, nobody's coming over. Like before I knew I was pregnant, I'm like, you know, people have an option, let them do what they want. But now I'm like, you can do whatever you want, but don't bring your behind around me if you're not vaccinated.
And do you think when you're not pregnant, you have a child, you'll also feel that same way?
Well, yeah, because, well, I don't know, they're less vulnerable. I know your kids have to go outside and play. You get into that conversation about your kids having no friends. I know Sam and some of the other hosts that have kids talk about their kids being very antisocial during this pandemic because they couldn't do anything. I know Jeff brings his kids to the park. So you're going to become like a helicopter parent if you try to monitor every single person. But I know for people that are in your close proximity, she's talking about Thanksgiving where you're all going to be at the table and around each other. I think you really have to like monitor that and maybe not get mad at people, just monitor that.
I have to push back on this because I see this as a little theater right now. If we're going back to having 80,000 people in crowds in attendance for basketball games, baseball games, what's the difference between that and Gayle King's living room, dining room? You know, I don't understand that. I think that her and Fauci, you know, I think that she was just on there doing that because we're trying to get more people vaccinated. But after a year and a half of not seeing some of my loved ones, not being able, I don't care if you're vaxxed or not, we're going to find a way to have our family together, because at the end of the day, if you don't get to see that family and one of them dies off or you die off, then what? Then we're all because you tried to make a statement on CBS this morning.
I don't think she's making. I think Gayle was being honest about how she really feels. First off, we're having some technical issues with the voting, so we apologize for that. But I do think it's so interesting that 99% of the people who have died in the last few months have been unvaccinated. 99%.
Because so then
90. No, wait, that's crazy.
I understand that, but so if you're vaccinated, then what are you so worried about then?
I guess it might be also a culture she doesn't want to promote, and she's saying you're not going to be part of my world because of that. But I hear you on the other.
But Brendan has a point. Everybody walks around like so freely now that they're vaccinated. We have that conversation all the time. And so if you feel that comfortable now that you're vaccinated, why are you going to stop living your life or stop being around people that you love because they made a choice?
Because it's called boundaries. And if you aren't willing to be part of that, then I'm not willing to be part of your life. There's a culture you want to promote that's a vaccinated culture. And if you're not willing to do that, we can have a conversation on the phone, but you ain't coming for my house to have turkey with my mom who's immune compromised.
So if you're not vaxxed, you can't sit with us, where if you are vaxxed, then you're what are we, 94% like protected? Like, I don't get it. It's time to put this vaccine to use. We got Juvenile coming out with songs, "Vax that ass up." It's time to get the people back together.
Are you just?
Are they going to just sit in the house?
When you go to like restaurants and stuff, you're still around people who aren't vaccinated, so you're taking that risk with randoms, and you won't take it with your family.
It's a fair point, and I hear you because I'm not making sense, but it's a boundary I would say that I'm not comfortable sharing and breaking bread with someone that I know and love because I'm trying to promote that culture. But that's a hard line, and I hear you guys both.
So let's go to L House with the strangers, and
well, it's fair.
Well, I think you're not at the same table as them, so it's a little bit different.
Fair.
But I still think you are.
It is
around a bunch of
hypocritical what
people.
I'm saying. I hear you. Like, trust me, I hear you. But I'm still talking. All right. Have you ever been so bored in traffic you did something a little crazy? All right. Check out what one Louisiana man did. And a quick note, our lawyers wanted us to tell you this. Do not try this at home. Take a look.
Start swimming.
Start swimming. So he did hurt his shoulder. He ended up treading water for about 3 hours. Someone needed to come rescue him. He was bored, he said, and needed to get out and had this impulsive behavior. I prefer this, which I found a video in February of last year. This is what somebody did in Florida when they were stuck in traffic. They played Wii.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I can get down with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool. Good talking.
I mean, you brought up the video. I was hoping you had a nugget.
This dude said that he wrote on Facebook after he jumped in this dirty-looking lake.
Yes.
He said that he did it because he was high on life and having the best day ever. Now, I had a couple best day evers in my life so far, thank God and luckily. But I didn't want to jump in the water and do this. This is ridiculous. And he hurt himself, and he had to get rescue crews out there. So it's annoying. Exactly.
Right.
It's really, it's funny, but it's not really
It's not funny. Yeah. What do you think? But would you ever do this if you're that bored? Okay, that's what I thought.
I can't swim really well, but I can doggy paddle like a champ. And a guy also said that when he jumped, like he saw people do it in the movies, so it's okay. Like you never thought that it's one thing you would have to tell your kid, hey, Spider-Man can't really jump off a building, but you're not going to tell a grown man, don't try this at home. But high off life.
High off life, quote.
In air quotes, high off life.
Let us know if you would jump. Coming up on DBL, we're talking about the importance of birth equity. Pay attention, y'all. The new app that's aiming to end the bias in maternity care. And you know who we have. Dr. Coley's here in studio. She has the latest information on the Delta variant you guys have all been asking about. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.
Hi there, DBL Nation. It's Kelly Schuberth here with the DBL Digital Team. As you just heard, we have Dr. Coley here in the house with us today. That's coming up next. But for now, let's see what Tori's doing. But I gotta show you also, Lindsay, you gotta come show us your
Yeah, this is what's really odd.
Yesterday.
Come on,
So I don't know if you guys
Check
remember,
this
but
out.
Brandon made fun of Lindsay, pregnant Lindsay, for wearing Crocs.
Brandon made fun of me yesterday because he said you're wearing Crocs. I can't wear heels anymore. My feet are swollen.
Look at this, Chanel.
So I decided to go overboard and decorate
Yves
the
Saint
Crocs.
Laurent. Nike, Chanel, Prada.
Proud right
Resist.
So Brandon, what say you now?
Free advertisement.
Claire,
You still don't like them. You
he
still
still
hate them.
doesn't like them.
Tori, it's time to cue sashimi rolling. They hating.
I never know the next part, so you're like,
Patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty. I think so. I think so.
All right. Well, that was a professional
DBL Nation,
break.
please write us in. Let us know what you think about Lindsay's Crocs. Are you for the Crocs? Are you not for the Crocs? Should she be allowed to wear whatever she wants, pregnant or not? I fully support the Crocs. It's good for her feet, okay? Let us know what you think, DBL Nation. We'll see you soon.
You're ready, yo.
Welcome back to DBL. Since the beginning of the pandemic, you have trusted us, and because of us, we have our medical expert. That's who you trust, Dr. Payal Kohli. She is here to deliver all the facts without any of the fear. Welcome, Dr. Kohli.
Thank you, guys. Great to be here.
It's really lovely to see you in person after a long, long time.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, before we get...
You too? Okay.
You gotta bring up her color, her beautiful green.
Yeah, we do want a green screen challenge if anyone's interested on this gorgeous Kelly green right here for Dr. Kohli. All right, now before we get to how to stay cool during the summer heat, we wanted to get an update on some COVID-19 news first. So a woman recently passed away after contracting 2 variants of COVID at the same time. What are the odds, Doc?
Incredibly rare. That's the good news.
Okay.
But to me, it really sets off a flag that the variants are almost behaving like different viruses. So it's like you can get the flu and get COVID at the same time. And that's kind of the concern with this, is that now that we have so many variants, alpha, beta, delta, gamma, and the list goes on and on and on, that it's almost like having multiple viruses teaming up together.
Wow.
So, Dr. Kohli, if some people have natural immunity to the virus because they've already had COVID-19, do they still need the vaccine? I know a lot of people are talking about this.
A lot of people talking about this. So how many times have you guys gotten colds?
Lots.
Over and over and over. Coronavirus belongs to a family of viruses that causes the cold virus. So the natural immunity goes away. That's why you need the vaccine, to boost that natural immunity and make it last longer.
Wow,
Is there a time span, like 6 months, 2 months, that people are immune, or there's not a specific time span?
Very interesting. It depends on how sick you got with the initial infection.
Okay.
So the people that only had loss of taste or smell or didn't feel anything at all, their immunity might go away a lot faster than somebody who got super
Really
sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about this heat, because in the words of Nelly, it is hot in here and all across the country. So
What was the rest of that, Brandon?
what are some things that we can do to keep from getting sick when the temperatures hit the 90s and above?
Yeah, it's been hot here in Denver, and as you know, we have dry heat. So a few things to do. One is to keep your home really, really cool. So the way to do that is to keep your optimal temperature during the day less than 90 and at night less than 75. The second thing is to keep your body cool. What's the best way to do that? From the inside, by drinking lots of water. From the outside, by wearing loose clothes and spraying yourself with some water. And then stay out of the heat in the middle of the day. So you guys like to exercise?
Yeah.
In the mornings. It has to be in the mornings.
It has to be in the mornings, so before 7 a.m. or after 8 p.m. because otherwise you will be at a high risk of heat-related illness.
I did hear that in terms of, and I hate to bring it to this, but in terms of heat-related deaths across the country and the world, more people die from heat than almost anything else naturally disaster-wise combined. It's an incredibly dangerous situation that you can find yourself in. As you said, water. Are there foods?
There are foods.
Watermelon? I'm thinking cool, water-filled things.
Okay, so lots of water.
Okay.
What you want to avoid, alcohol, Tori.
Yeah, call her out. Call her out.
Enough. For me, caffeine, because all of those types of foods, high sugary drinks, protein-rich meals, because they're really hard to digest, so our body gets busy digesting rather than cooling us off. And all of these things make you actually urinate more, so they end up dehydrating you when you're out in the heat, which can already happen.
So light meals,
Yes.
refreshing meals, maybe some fish, I'm feeling.
You just making natural.
Anything with water.
Say that. You just want her to say.
I'm trying to picture not too heavy protein meal, that an example of a good meal.
Just go on an all-water diet. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So salads, but let me be clear about the water too, because you're losing sweat and you're replacing it with water. So you kind of want to drink more electrolyte-rich solutions like coconut water, not those sugary drinks like Gatorade. So
Pedialyte as well, right?
that's right. And you be extra careful, Lindsay, because pregnant women are even more susceptible to heat-related illness.
Oh man, I'm staying in the AC with
right.
my water, with my coconut water.
That's right.
And your Crocs.
And your Crocs. You should check them out. They're amazing.
Such
We'll
a
get them in
hater
the
on
end
these
of the show. She's bedazzled her Crocs, guys, with Chanel. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Kohli. Coming up on DBL, Birth Without Bias, the new app that's helping Black women get safe maternity care. Please stay tuned. It's important to watch.
It seems like the finish line for the coronavirus pandemic is in sight, but scientists warned 5 large clusters of unvaccinated people in the U.S. could push that finish line further back. Let's connect the dots. Researchers at Georgetown University tracking COVID vaccination rates identified 5 clusters of unvaccinated people that could pose a problem. Those clusters include residents in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Most include rural areas, but also some smaller cities. In all, more than 15 million people live in those clusters, and less than 30% are fully vaccinated. The U.S. COVID-19 Vaccination Tracking Project says the fact that these are clusters is a problem. We don't interact with other people at random. Instead, we socialize with people that live near us, meaning unvaccinated people in those areas have a greater chance of interacting with other unvaccinated people, allowing COVID to spread. So why do those clusters matter, especially if you're already vaccinated? Scientists warn these areas could be the next breeding ground for a COVID-19 variant. The Delta variant is already much more contagious than the original COVID-19, and vaccines appear to be less effective against it. The next variant could be worse. Experts warn the longer COVID spreads, the more opportunity it has to mutate. Connecting the dots. It seems like the finish line for the coronavirus pandemic is in sight, but scientists warned 5 large clusters of unvaccinated people in the U.S. could push that finish line further back. Let's connect the dots. Researchers at Georgetown University tracking COVID vaccination rates identified 5 clusters of unvaccinated people that could pose a problem. Those clusters include residents in Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Most include rural areas, but also some smaller cities. In all, more than 15 million people live in those clusters, and less than 30% are fully vaccinated. The U.S. COVID-19 Vaccination Tracking Project says the fact that these are clusters is a problem. We don't interact with other people at random. Instead, we socialize with people that live near us, meaning unvaccinated people in those areas have a greater chance of interacting with other unvaccinated people, allowing COVID to spread. So why do those clusters matter, especially if you're already vaccinated? Scientists warn these areas could be the next breeding ground for a COVID-19 variant. The Delta variant is already much more contagious than the original COVID-19, and vaccines appear to be less effective against it. The next variant could be worse. Experts warn the longer COVID spreads, the more opportunity it has to mutate. Connecting the dots.
alternatives, like what groups can I join, who can I talk to, who can find me an OBGYN in a hospital, and everything that I can trust. So it was a long process, and I wish I knew about your app 7-8 months ago, but now I found out recently and I'm all over it. So Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing your story and all the important information on the Earth app. DBL Nation, make sure to pick up a copy of Kimberly's book, The Big Letdown, and definitely check out her podcast, Birthright. And of course, don't forget to download the Earth app. Kimberly Seals-Allers, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and have a joyous birth.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
56% of Americans say they've experienced trouble sleeping since the start of the pandemic. You ask, do melatonin supplements work? So let's verify. Our sources are the American Academy of Sleep Medicine and Dr. Nancy Behrens, a sleep physician and director of Novant Health Sleep Services.
For some people, melatonin does work.
Melatonin is a hormone that our brains produce to help regulate our sleep cycles. It helps us feel drowsy. A 2013 analysis found that on average, people with insomnia fell asleep about 7 minutes faster with melatonin than with a placebo.
So who's a good candidate for melatonin?
People who are having trouble sleeping, some older people their own brains do not make as much melatonin as they need. People who are doing shift work might find that taking melatonin helps.
Melatonin is a booming business. According to the Nutrition Business Journal, sales grew 42.5% last year to a whopping $687 million.
What are some of those top tips that you give people if they do come to you and say, I'm having trouble sleeping?
Making sure that things are very dark and quiet overnight. We don't want the television on overnight. We don't want you to be looking at your phone or screens in the hour before bed or overnight, because the screens are bright and they actually inhibit your own production of melatonin.
It's important to keep in mind that supplements like melatonin are not regulated by the FDA.
We don't have the same testing or quality control that we do for prescription medications.
Dr. Behrens recommends visiting consumerlab.com to check the quality of whatever supplement you're taking. So we can verify, yes, melatonin does work, but you should always consult your doctor first. With your Verify, I'm Sarah French.
DBL is your daytime destination.
Does this feel good?
This lifted my spirits. We're chatting with the stars.
One of the highlights of my life.
To turn up the notch on that.
It is spectacular.
Thank you.
And talking about what everyone is talking about. I want to set the record straight.
I feel like I'm going to offend somebody here.
I'm in so much trouble.
This is nonsense.
Al's not lying. What?
Yes! Yes!
DBL is all new every day. Welcome back to DBL. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. There is a new romance scam circulating the internet. Here's what you need to look out for. Typically, romance scams involve a victim falling in love online only for their money to be stolen. Well, this time, the scammers are making fake websites to draw people in. So the Better Business Bureau says the websites look legit with dating profiles, but it's all fake. The sites will ask you to sign up for a membership with your credit card, and once you pay, you're out of luck. LifeLock. So always do your research before giving out your credit card info online. Now, if your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-439-9017 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. I hate when they play with your heart. I'm such a hopeless romantic. It's hard, but think with your head when you're working with your heart.
Maybe I'm one of those people.
Or else your pockets get affected. Like, there has to be something after that.
Something there.
I like where you're going. Though,
Thank you. We did really quickly want to get in Lindsay's Crocs. She has bedazzled them. Rob, if you could come.
I did this just for Brandon and for Jeff, who's over there.
And check your LifeLock just in case she tries to sell these. These are handmade.
We got Chanel. We got Yves Saint Laurent. We got Dior. So good for you for being a fashionable Croc
And
lady.
look, Jeff said if I wear these a day after I have the baby, he's canceling Christmas on me.
Yeah, full year.
Oh,
He said a full year.
LifeLock. Okay, I have 1 year to wear these.
If you ever thought, what's it like here? This is what it's like. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time at same place tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, Jeff.